What is up, everyone? Look at this, on time again. I think this is 2 times in a row where I was actually like on time. Uh Thanks so much for all you guys in the chat like early here. Dragon Ball Talk, Isaac, Johnny Dakota, Tom the Fish, Quiet Storm, Kevin Harrison, Key Hunter, Keith. Thank you guys for getting in here super early and hanging out. We're going to be doing an unboxing of 2 Batman Edition DA Card World mystery boxes. Why? Because I'm a glutton for punishment. I think that's why. I think inside each one of these is a graded Batman book. If you guys were watching the last live video, I did. Oh man, what did I have? I had one like random. I should just run and grab them, but I had like one totally random like 9.8 Batman book. I mean, it was kind of a cool Mr. Freeze cover. And then I hit one of the grand prizes, and that's going to stay in the PC. It was Batman Hush. Forgot the number. It was like the Superman cover, holding Batman down, quad signature, 4 signature. So I'm like, yeah, that'll stay in the PC, personal collection. Don Davis, how are you doing? Raider Bear, what's up? Jack Attack Comics, K Titus, Ryan, hello, hello, hello. Mr. Ink Hulkman, Rush Diehard, how is everybody? Everyone doing all right tonight? Because I wanted to do a little chat before we get into this. I like to give people a few minutes to get in here, and I try to get both of these open by like the 15 to 20 minute mark. I want to get both these open, and then we'll just kind of chat for a bit. I want to talk about a few things too. First, again, thank you to everybody who participated in that 4,000 giveaway. I really, really appreciate it. A lot of good comments, a lot of great ideas, a lot of constructive criticism, which was good. One thing that people were talking about was the microphone. You're always hearing my taps. Well, good news. I do have that mic stand thing coming, so I'll probably like hook it up so the mic will be up in the air and it won't be on the table. You won't hear the tap, so that is on the way. It's just not here yet. So that was some feedback. I'm just reading here what else people said. A lot of good video ideas. And one idea that I totally planned on doing, and a few people left comments, was actually a video showing how to fill out the CGC form. Well, great news. I've already filmed it. It's already done. It's probably going to be Monday's video. It's going to be a how to fill out the CGC form, the submission form. So that's like a 10 to 15 minute video. I think might be like the 12-minute mark. A short video just explaining and showing you how to fill out that submission form to get your books into CGC. Mr. Freeze Comics, Gem Mint's review of your Batman Who Laughs was fire. Yeah, that statue, that was my statue. That thing's going to be here Tuesday. I won't do a review on it. Gem did, but I'll probably post some pictures on Instagram. I'm really excited about that. I also have coming, and this isn't until way out, December, the Iron Studios Joker, the 3rd scale. They're going to look amazing next to each other. It's my favorite Joker. It has the Capullo face. I'm super excited for that. Super, super excited for that coming at the end of the year. Today's video, yeah, here it is. Captain Comics, love your video today, Gary. Today's video was another idea that I did about a month ago. We did one. You guys really were excited about it. We ended up filming another one. We filmed 2 more prior to the 4,000 subscriber giveaway, and you guys said I want more of those. So coincidentally, we already had a couple done. They're in the pipeline there. So I dropped the one today. Also, a lot of CGC unboxings. You guys were really into that. Great news about that is I posted one of those on Monday. I have another one coming maybe next week or the week after. So there's a lot of stuff that you guys were into that's already done and still coming out. So don't worry. And as of right now, there's approximately almost 65 to 75 books at CGC right now. And then I have a bunch more going out, like another 25 book submission. I'm looking at it right there on the table. That's going out probably before the end of the weekend. So that'll be 75 total books at CGC, just pre-screen 9.8. That's just 2 separate videos, 2 separate big submissions. Those are going to be great videos because the 51 is going to come back with 2 big boxes like this, and that's going to be a lot of fun to go through. That 25 batch, that'll be a good one too. And then I also have the Golden Age books at CGC. That's going to be a fun unboxing because I've never submitted that many Golden Age books at once. It's usually just like 1 or 2 at a time. And I think that was about 8, 9, maybe even 10 Golden Age books, as well as an Avengers #8. So those are all in there. So there's a lot of books at CGC and a lot of books that are going to come back, and those will all be fun videos to do. As for the mystery boxes, I have these 2 we're going to do tonight. And then I have the Wonder Woman box from Torpedo on order, but that's not going to ship till it sells out, and it has not sold out yet. They did 600 of those boxes. For $75, you get all 3 of the Jim Lee connecting variants, and you do get a shot at the 10 grand prizes, which is better odds than the other ones. Let me just say hello before we get into this. We're coming on the 6-minute mark. Thank you, Leo. I appreciate that. What's going on? Dent Head. Oh, I had a good question. What is your favorite Batmobile? I actually like the animated series one. I like the animated series and the Michael Keaton Batmobile. That Capullo Joker is awesome. Yeah, I don't even know why they're sending another head with that Joker statue, because the Capullo statue, or the Capullo head, I think is awesome. So I'm really excited for that. This, I was real close, Leo. Real close to ordering that Prime one Bermeo. And it was 3rd scale. It was super expensive, great detail. And at the time, my Batman Hush 3rd scale statue broke. And I was like, screw this. I'm not doing 3rd scale anymore. They're too big. They break. And then I end up ordering the Batman Who Laughs. I didn't even know when I ordered it was 3rd scale. And then I just recently ordered that Capullo one, which is, I cannot wait. Cannot wait for that. Underground Thundercat. See, my wife had trouble with Doomsday. His wife had trouble with Doomsday. What's going on there? Connie, how are you doing? Chris Wright agrees with the 89 Batmobile and animated. Those are my 2 favorite. The Tumbler is cool. I disliked greatly like the other 2. Not I'm all mixed up here. Not Ben Affleck's. I did like that one. Not as much as the original, and then, well, not the original. And I didn't like the Val Kilmer or the, what's his name? The other one. You know him. I want to say Michael Keaton, but not him. The Swamp Thing guess was on point. I feel like that was a guess, but she got it. Yeah, the 66. I do like the 66 Batmobile. I just don't think it's the best. So thank you guys. Oh, Clooney. Thank you, Leo. To Clooney. So I do appreciate all you guys watching that video, because look, I have a list of ideas here that came from you, and I only wrote down the ones that I want to do, because again, it comes down to like what I enjoy doing. The stuff with my wife, I enjoy doing. We get a kick out of it. It's fun. So more of those are definitely coming. The other one we filmed, I don't want to tell you exactly what it is, but I kind of surprised her with it. She had no idea what we were doing until that second, and you'll see that video down the line a little bit. But some of these other video ideas are really good. I'm really excited to get into them. Some of them are unfortunately going to be put on hold, such as finding these books in the wild and looking at collections with the virus and everything going on. It's hard to get out and look at collections. I don't want to go into people's homes. People don't want me in their homes. But there's collections out there that still, when things settle down a bit, I'm definitely going to be doing those. I have a gimbal. I have that on order. So that's coming, one of those handhelds for the phone. So I'm going to be able to record while I'm looking through collections. And I think that is the absolute best. I think that's the coolest video, when you can actually see what I'm seeing as I'm flipping through boxes. Those are going to be great videos. I am really looking forward to putting those together, because that's, for me, again, that is fun. And that's why I'm doing this. It's a lot of fun. Flea market finds, that's going to be another great video. I'm going to, if this year, I don't know if flea markets are going to be opened up and allowed again, I'm definitely going in there, recording stuff, looking in boxes, and you're going to be looking with me. All right. Whether we come home with anything or not, those will be some videos. Some spec book videos. Those are nice. Those are always fun too. This one, I'm going to do 2 versions of this one. Top 10 comics in my personal collection. So what I'm going to do is my top 10 graded comics in my personal collection. And I'm going to do my top 10 raw comics. So that's probably going to be 2 videos. But then what's going to end up happening is all my raw comics that like I display are probably going to be sent out to CGC so I can get them encapsulated and protected and displayed. I do have a room tour video coming up at the end of the year, so don't hold your breath. I am going to redo all my cabinets too because I want to get all these books graded, and I'm going to move like one graded book per shelf with statues. So I have plans for the room, and I am going to record it and get it out there for you guys to see because I know you guys said you dig that video. So that's some stuff coming on. Of course, convention videos. Guys, I have such big plans. I had great plans this year for convention videos, and it's all just gone for now. A comic wish list video. You guys were talking about that. I cannot wait to make a top 10 wish list book, comic book video. Top 10 on my personal list. I'm really excited for that one. I've already started jotting some down as they come to me. Because that's a hard one for me because like I can't just list them off the top of my head. I have to literally write them down because I'm like, oh yeah, I did want that one, or oh yeah, I want that. And like some books I want aren't like expensive, big, giant, super pricey books. Some of them are just obscure variants. Again, variants, you know how I feel about them, but some of the variants that I like putting next to a first Silver Age appearance. So there's some stuff like that. They just have to remember. Let's see. Oh, top 10 favorite artists and writers. I'm totally going to do that. I'm just going to combine the two, artists and writers. So that's everything. All right, where are we at? We're at like the 12-minute mark. So we're going to start cracking into these. Again, thank you guys for showing up. We have over 100 people in here. That's why I kind of wait a few minutes before we start cracking into it. All right, once again, these are the DACARDWORLD. What are they called? They're Hit Parade. Hit Parade mystery boxes. So there's one graded Batman book in each of these. So there's 2 in total. We're looking for the grand prize here. We're looking for the first Mad Hatter, Vicky Vale, right? Right? Jeez, I think it's the Mad Hatter. Yeah, I think it's the Mad Hatter. I had the website up last time, but Mad Hatter, and there's like a couple Golden Age books for grand prizes. But you know, when I hit the Hush, that was like a big deal too because I thought that was again a modern book. Quad signed. That's awesome. So let's dig into here. We have box number 68 and 70. So we'll do 68 first and hope for the best. Oh, also when you order from this place, I think you get a free gift. And this is what I got. One of these free like old school It's for the old cases, the old CGC cases, like a rubber guard. Just now I have 2 of them for the old cases. So, all right, it is sealed. It's got this little sticker on here. I don't really like these boxes. No, I'd rather have like the torpedo box. I like that box for this, but. All right. Would love to see how you choose your books to get graded versus selling raw. Yeah, I don't know. I could do something like that. All right, so here we go. Oh, God, this is bad. This isn't even a 9.8. This is a 9.6 Batman Annual 13. I sell this book raw for $2. So, boy, is that a bust. It looks like it could be pressed, but that's not happening. We'll be giving that out. So that was a bit of a dud. Why would you even send this book in to be submitted? Why would you not pre-screen this in a 9.8? So box number 68 was a dud. There we go. Box number 70. I'll tell you, the torpedo boxes, I know I give them a hard time, but so far, I got to say, the most bang for your buck, unless you hit a grand prize, is the torpedo, because at least the variants you're getting in there are pretty exclusive. It's not, I don't know. It's if I was a real hard, like Justin, a super variant guy, those boxes are no-brainers, man. It's $100, you get exclusive variants, you get a shot at a grand prize. So this, I don't even think these are Golden Age books. Oh, my God. Just as bad. Batman 442. This is the first appearance of Tim Drake in the Robin costume, but it's in a 9.4. So, pretty bad. 0 for 2 tonight. So, that's a bit of a bummer. And that's going to be it for me with these mystery boxes from DA Card World, because when you miss hard. You miss hard. These are hard misses right here. If this was in a 9.8, I'd be a lot happier, but these are big misses. Oh my God. You can see all the creases in here. I'm surprised this is even a 9.4. But are you selling that Drake one? I certainly am. It's $225, which is basically what I just paid for these 2 boxes. So, but yeah, I don't know what it's worth, but so that's the unboxing, guys. So I'll definitely stick around. If you guys are watching this on the replay, at least we got it done by like the 15-minute mark. With over 120 people in here, we could definitely chat for a bit. So Jay Bach, he's not a fan of the hit parade. These are literally like you better hit, obviously, because at least if you miss. At least if you miss on the torpedoes, you're getting variants, right? Exclusive variants, something. Doug and Adam went to Comic Tom School of Selling Mystery Garbage. I was asking if there were any other books or just the one. It is just the one. Just the one book. I don't even know if a Golden Age will fit in here. Yeah, I'm sure it will. Just the box. See, I don't like these boxes. Look at that. I don't know. So I think there is a right way and a wrong way to do mystery boxes. I do. And I've opened up enough now. You guys have watched me. I did get very lucky with the first torpedo I opened, and then not so much with every single box since then. I did get very lucky with one of the DA boxes, that quad signature. But keep in mind, even that quad signature book retails at about $250. I spent almost $250 on the 2 boxes. So, it's still an awesome book to walk away with. It is. But, I have tried the Spider-Man booth, and those boxes were exactly what you paid for. So when submitting books with different tiers, do they need to be separated, or can you ship all tiers together? You could ship all tiers together, because what they do is when you fill out, and you'll see this on the video on Monday, when you fill out the CGC form, you can put everything together. When you go through the final steps and it breaks all the invoice down, it'll group all the moderns together, all the value, all the economy, everything gets grouped together. And what happens is you send them all out, and they get graded at different turnaround times. So they'll take the moderns and they put those with however they do it when they get there, but the moderns will be done in 20 days, I think right now. The value tier is like 50 days or whatever. So they do come back at different speeds, but they go out. You could totally ship them all together. I've heard positive things about this. Those boxes by Nerdy Girls seem to be value drenched. No big hits. No big hits. I mean, unless you count my bank account, that definitely took a hit. That was a big hit. Yeah, I definitely agree with Key Hunter Keith here too. The mystery box 3.0s from Torpedo, if you missed, it was pretty bad. If you missed on the mystery box number 2, at least I didn't see a box that didn't have a signed book, so you always got a signed book. The variants were pretty good, so like you didn't miss as bad. Those $50 boom boxes were pretty weak, but then again, you only paid $50, so like you get what you pay for. Right? So, yeah, Justin's definitely been sending in some pre-screen 9.8s. The variant game, I don't want to knock it because it's a huge market and people do like it. And don't get me wrong, I own a bunch of variants. Like, I think some of them are beautiful. I'm looking at a Green Lantern. I forgot what number it is. The Green Lantern with the Scarecrow on the cover. I even forgot who did that, but I love that book. So there's definitely variants out there. It's hard for me personally, and this is just me. I'm not talking down to about anything, but it's hard for me to go to one of these guys' website, like an Adam Hughes or J. Scott Campbell, and hurry up and click at noon when these books go on sale and spend $150 on like 3 different same covers, just a little bit different. This one's a virgin, this one's a sketch, and this is the variant, when I could take that $150 and go buy a Silver Age or a Bronze Age minor key. I don't know. But it's up to, you know, some people love that, and that's awesome. The covers are usually beautiful, and some of them I have regretted not getting into, like that. The biggest one I regret is the Detective Comics 1000 Alex Ross cover. I really wish I had that, because that would stay in the personal collection and would be displayed. And I think that the price of that is astronomical. So there's definitely some that I regret not being a part of, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. And you talk to 10 different people, you may hear 10 different opinions about the variant stuff. Yeah, MegaCon, I believe, was canceled. Yeah, this is what happened. It's like a reduced MegaCon. So it's very exclusive. I think they're only doing 25,000 tickets. And if you already had tickets to the regular MegaCon, you're automatically slid into that one. For all of you guys going to Terrificon, which I'm a part of, hopefully, I do have some bad news about the venue, not necessarily Terrificon, but the venue. The car show in June, the big car auction in June, has been canceled. And there's a big difference between, you know, June and August. That's a big swing in time. A lot can happen in 2 months, but it doesn't help the case for Terrificon now that was it the Barrett Jackson auction or something like that has been canceled. So I don't know. Again, you're talking about the Northeast right here, the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. We've been hit pretty hard. So they're a little hesitant to get the group things together. And I understand. New York Comic Con, you know, I don't know what's going to happen there. Scrolling down. If you guys have any questions, get in here. What state is it in? Terrificon is in Connecticut, up at Uncasville at Mohegan Sun Casino. You know, I've heard this is one of those shows that I've heard very positive things about, is Fan Expo. Toronto's a little bit of a trip for me. Montreal is closer if I wanted to go up there. But let me tell you, I've been to Montreal. Those people are mean. You missed the unboxing, but don't you worry. I've got it right here. Here's what you missed. Hold on. There we go. Nothing. You missed nothing. Do more live auctions. I'll tell you, I'm working on it. I promise. It's just the live auctions are a little tough by myself. I'm going to have somebody else. And it's just, I got a lot of books here. Trust me, we can do an auction. I don't know anything about Dallas. Dallas Fan Expo has been canceled as far as I know. The grand prize, Roger, is first Mad Hatter. Vicky Vale, Mad Hatter. It's the same book. Do you collect any title runs? I'm collecting the Journey into Mystery run. I have the entire Batman Rebirth run. I think I have the entire New 52 Batman run. I was trying to put the New 52 Batman run together in a 9.8. And I have like half of it done, and then I just kind of been distracted. So there's that. I got a CGC graded 100 Torpedo mystery box that was worth maybe $30. It happens. Ever been to San Diego Comic-Con? No, I have not. What do you think of that new Warriors comic that everyone seems to hate? I think it's them shoving agendas down your throat. That's why everyone hates it, because at the end of the day, people want a good story. They don't want this stuff thrown down your throat. So it looks ridiculous. You guys, if you want to look at something comical, head over to YouTube after we are done and look up the new Warriors video. It's basically a quick, I think it's like 5 minutes, 7 minutes long video on the new Warriors comic coming out. And it's just one dude's name is like Snowflake. Like, that's what you're dealing with. Pretty terrible. Ask your wife for help with the auction. She would give me a hand, but it's a lot of work, you guys. It's a lot of work, these auctions. Any tips for conventions? I've never been to one. Is it open for everyone? So comic conventions, you usually need to buy tickets, and it's open for everyone as long as you have a ticket. They usually do 2-day shows, usually have a Saturday and Sunday ticket, as well as a 2-day pass. 3-day shows are the same thing. You have a Friday, Saturday, Sunday pass, and then usually a weekend pass or a 3-day pass. Then you have something like New York Comic Con, San Diego, where Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can get individual days, you can get weekends, you can get 3 days, 4 days. As for this year's New York Comic Con, I don't know. Damn, Josh. I guess I'll just turn this off and you can do your show. That's tough. That's tough, man. That's real tough. Good for you. Let's see. I agree here. Excited about any comics that are going to be released. Does 3 Jokers count? Because I'm real excited about that. My boy, Jason Fabok, my favorite artist right now, and my favorite writer, Jeff Johns, which they have worked together. If you guys haven't read Justice League, the New 52, the Justice League, the Dark Side War, amazing art, amazing story. That was fun. That whole New 52 run was good of Justice League and Batman. Yeah, safe space, right? Is that another person? I didn't even know they did. Oh, at C2E2, I picked up 2 $25 torpedo boxes at C2E2 and got more than the value of the boxes. There you go. Don't like the trade paperback hardcovers in the torpedo boxes. Yeah, those aren't good. I haven't seen a good one yet, but I'm sure there's some good ones. I'm sure there's some good ones. Yeah, you got a shot. You got a shot at something like this. So there's a lot of regional and local cons that aren't overly crowded like the big ones and have good value items. So I'm going to be doing a very small convention in my mall if it's allowed. That's all the way in October. So, I mean, I'm not going to bring my New York Comic Con spread to a small mall show, but chances are that one will happen. What is the one Flash comic that you've not found in the wild? What's that, Showcase 9, 8? What's his first appearance? Haven't found that, which is a bummer because that's a really expensive book. And that's one that would stay in my personal collection. The first Silver Age book, first Barry Allen, first Flash, Silver Age Flash. Smaller cons are good. You get some good deals at smaller cons. I just found that I had that Justice League 50, which is supposed to be a key to that story. Yeah, so Justice League 50, it's kind of a key. It's the first time Jessica Cruz turns into the Green Lantern, but it's not her first appearance. Jessica Cruz's first appearance is Green Lantern 20. It's like a thicker book. It's like, I don't know if it's an anniversary issue, but it is a thicker book. And I think there's 2 or 3 covers. I think one's a sketch and one's, a normal one. Let's see. Am I excited for Robert Pattinson's Batman? I am. I'm always excited for Batman stuff. Look, I'll be honest with you guys. When way back, when Heath Ledger got cast as Joker, I was like distraught because Brokeback Mountain had come out, and I'm like, what are they doing? What are they doing? And then I watched that movie, and ever since then I never knock casting until the movie's over. Although I got to say Ezra Miller was terrible. That's the Flash. Horrible. 3 books you hope to find in the wild you don't have in your collection. Well, there's 2 different. That's kind of 2 different things. So there's books that I hope to find out there that I wouldn't keep, and then there's books that I would love to find out there that I would keep. So like I would keep the first Red Hood Tech. What is that, like 126 or something? Detective Comics. I would keep like a higher grade Showcase 22 or like a Journey into Mystery 83, which is first Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, first Thor. Stuff that I haven't found that I would love to find, a Hulk 1, Amazing Fantasy 15, because I would sell them. Obviously, Golden Age stuff, Golden Age keys. I'd love to, anything Golden Age key Superman, I would sell. Anything Golden Age key Batman, I would keep. So there's that. I'm very excited for my Golden Age CGC submissions to come back, I gotta say. Scroll here. A lot of comments. I'm a little ways back. What's your inventory difference between New York Con and a smaller convention? Well, all right. So last year at New York, I had a 10-foot inline space. And what that means, when I say a 10-foot inline space, I literally had 10 feet, and then there was a booth here, and there was a booth here. And I had 10 feet. That was all. So I had to really prioritize what I was bringing. So what I ended up bringing was 11 long boxes, alphanumeric, all $5 and up books, silver, bronze, keys, fillers, all that stuff. And then what I did was, you can go on my Instagram and you can see my setup. I had 3 walls. I set up like 3 walls, almost like a U, and I had all the keys, like higher end books around like that. Prior to New York Comic Con, at Terrificon and East Coast Comic Con and shows like that, I've had a double end cap, which is a 10 by 20 by 10. So I had 3 big sides, and I brought, oh God, I don't know if Juan's in here. I think I brought somewhere around 100 short boxes, which is only like 50 long boxes, of all $2 filler issues. I was doing them $2 each, 6 for $10 of just filler issues, because a lot of people show up with their lists because they're putting runs together, and it's great. You know, people come up with their list and they say, okay, here's the Captain America, and they're just pulling the stuff they need. So it's nice. It works out for me because I can get rid of the $2 stuff. It works out for you guys or people putting their runs together because it's easy. It's all right in front of you, priced right, all bagged, all boarded, alphanumeric, easy to find. This year, things are going to be a little bit different because I do have, and I'm looking at it right here across my room, 22 long boxes of $5 and up books. And that's why I opened up want lists on Instagram, because I have just a ton of stuff here. I'm like, I'm not doing shows till at least August, at the best case scenario, August. Otherwise, it's October. And if it's not even that, it's not until next May. So a year from now will be my next show if things keep getting canceled. So the goal for this year's New York Comic Con, which would be a little bit different than Terrificon. I don't want to say exactly what I want to do for New York, but because I have more than double the space this year. I have a 10 by 20 end cap. So I don't have a double end cap. So I have a 10 foot side and then 20 feet in front of me. So in the 20 feet in front of me, I'm going to have, God, I forgot what the math was. I think it's like 26 or 27 long boxes of $5 and up silver, bronze, modern keys, fillers, stuff like that. And then on the 10-foot side, I do have like an idea. I don't want to get into it right now, but I kind of have something I'm working on, and I think it'll be a really, really great idea. But that's so really it changes from show to show. Like I don't know, man, with Terrificon this year. If Terrificon happens, I don't know if I'm going to bring the $2 filler stuff. I don't know if I'm going to bring the high dollar stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll see if it even happens. Sorry, that was a long-winded answer. I lost the whole chat here. Oh, man. What do you think? Hold on. I've answered this a few times. The most expensive book in my personal collection is my Batman 16, first appearance of Alfred, in a 7.0 white pages. That is on my list. I am looking for a Journey into Mystery 84. So I have 83, I have 85. 84 is the second Thor, first Jane Foster. But I want to I'm selfish. I'm like spoiled, I should say. I want to find it in the wild. Like, yeah, I can go take $400 or $500 and go get it, but I'd like to find it in the wild. I would love that. Yeah, he was actually pretty good. They may do something like that. It would be real easy to write Grant Gustafson. Is that his name? Gustafson? Write him in now. It's super easy, but I'm in New York. Yeah, a few channels do weekly live auctions. Keep It Thor. I've heard some good stuff about his live sales, his auctions. Like they're bigger books. But so the reason I don't do that, and I don't like to do that, first of all, why I can't do that, why I can't do weekly auctions or even like bi-weekly or monthly sometimes. I have a full-time job. My wife has a full-time job. My wife also has her side thing, just like I do. She does something else on the side. We have a 3.5-year-old. So there's a lot going on in this house. So it's time consuming. If I'm doing this, that means my wife has my daughter and putting her down. It's a whole big thing. So we give and take. You know, some nights I'm doing this, some nights she's doing her thing. Did you submit any books to CGC for their signature series signing? Do you have signature series slabs? So I did the McFarlane one, and I only submitted one book for McFarlane. Something I have. I don't know if I'm gonna expand on it. I have the Venom Skyline variant, which, if you guys remember, Amazing Spider-Man 700 had a Skyline variant. What that means is it was the skyline of New York City, and every artist and writer who worked on Spider-Man, their name was on it, and Spidey was just swinging across it. So they did a Venom one as well, and I have that signed in a 9.8 by Todd McFarlane. And I said, all right, out of everybody on this list, Todd McFarlane might be the hardest one to get. Let me get him done, get it slabbed up. So I bought the variant because I do like that one. See, I'm not totally anti-variant. I do like that one. I got McFarlane's name on it. So, like, maybe if I go to Baltimore Comic-Con this year as a buyer, like not as a seller or anything, but like to go, I may have CGC crack that open, get a few more names on that, and get it regraded. Hopefully it comes back a 9.8. I'd love to get that filled up with like 25 to 40 names. So I do have some signature series books. I also have a Batman #1 from the New 52, signed in a 9.8, signed by Capullo, Snyder, and Glapion. That was my first ever book I submitted to CGC at New York Comic-Con. Got all 3 of their signatures on it, went to the CGC booth, and there was a witness. You need a witness, and came back a 9.8. Really happy with that. What Batman villain or villains do you want to see in an upcoming Batman movie? I have to go with Clayface. I'd love to see Joker. I always want to see Joker. I love the Joker. I love Joker. And the better the iteration, the more I want to see him. Like Joaquin Phoenix, I loved Joaquin Phoenix. I loved Heath Ledger. I loved Heath Ledger so much. I was disappointed when he was off screen and we saw Batman. He was awesome. Do I have any Hellblazer fillers? No. I do have some She-Hulk stuff. She-Hulk is growing. Keep an eye on her. How do you keep an eye on everything to make sure no one is stealing? You have so many different boxes. Well, I do have a buddy of mine usually with me, sometimes a second or third person with me. Well, definitely a second person, sometimes a third, maybe a fourth, depending on the show. I agree with TiVo here from Lord's Longbox, guys. Give them a follow. I doubt Terrificon or New York Comic Con go on as scheduled. I agree. It's going to be tough, man. What's crazy is I can see Terrificon happening before New York. And Terrificon's in August, but in Connecticut. But New York is New York. And they got hit really bad. I'm sorry, Roger, from 3 Men in a Basement. You guys want to sub up to them too. I'm not being negative. I'm being honest. This is true. Deep Dive Comics. Con etiquette. Don't lean on the boxes. Flip gently through the boxes and always let the owner pull comics and slabs from their walls. Do not pull off their walls. You may be paying for the damaged books. That's 100% correct. Also, don't pull books out of the long boxes and put them in a different spot, especially if they're organized, because that is just very frustrating. A lot of time goes into the bagging and boarding and organizing of these books. This is true. The 3 Men in a Basement they're in New York or Connecticut and New Jersey. But yeah, Roger. Oh yeah, super chat. My God, how did I miss that? This is important. How do I get that up there? Oh wait, is it way down here? There you go. Lord's Law Unbox will have an auction tomorrow. See, you guys were talking about auctions. They're going to have one tomorrow, 6:30 Pacific. So you look 6 to 6:30 Pacific. So you're looking at like 9 o'clock East Coast. And they do a good job. I know all the guys who get involved there get their books out really quick. They usually do a great job with their auctions. I lost my chat. Thank you so much for that, Tim. A lot of people. Nah, nobody's getting sick of that. Let me see. I'm all mixed up. I'm all lost here on the chat. I have the Spidey 700 Skyline variant signed by McFarlane. I love that book. That's a great book to get signed. Also, the 9/11 Spidey book is a fantastic book to get signed in silver. That's a great book. The all black cover. That's a really nice book to get signed, and it's meaningful. I had actually all 5 of them in 9/8, and I got rid of all of them and kept number 1. You got to get that Batman New 52 number 1 5th print if you don't have it at 9.8. I think it's the best one. It's the hardest to find and most valuable, other than the sketch cover. Yeah, no, I had it. I got rid of it. I was missing. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. I think I was missing 3. I was missing 4. I was missing either 3 or 4. Guys are talking all about Batman villains. Mad Hatter. Yeah, actually, I would love to see Red Hood, but you need Jason Todd before you get Red Hood. Do you prefer newsstand or direct market slabs? I mean, you get a slight premium for a newsstand 9.8. It's not a huge bump. Your favorite Batman New 52 issue for reading or covers? Because there's a few really good covers on that New 52 run. My job is. Oh, dude, yeah, I've been working too. See. My least favorite Batman villain. I like that question. I don't know. I'm not going to go into the obscure ones like Eraser Man. I don't know. I love the Batman Rogue Gallery. I love them. I don't know, man. That's a good question. I guess everybody has they're so different. They all have pros and cons. Man, keeping up with this. Who would you want to see play the Joker? I got to go with Defoe. I want to see Joaquin be the Joker again. I'm just nervous they're going to saturate it and do a bad job, but we'll see. What con are you going to miss going to most this year? Man. Well, I'll put it to you this way. So East Coast Comic-Con I like going to because I love my location. My booth location is great. I love seeing all my buddies out of New York City, New Jersey. They all come out to this show. East Coast Comic-Con is a great comic book show for the Northeast because when you go to New York Comic-Con, there's so much extra. There's so much more. When you come to East Coast Comic-Con, it is a comic book convention. It's a strong comic show. Now, move down the line. That is supposed to be in May. Obviously, that's not happening. So let's go down to August, which is when Terrificon is. Terrificon has a ton of perks as well. The location is incredible. It's in a casino. The food is fantastic. There's real restaurants. You're not eating hot dogs out of a vendor, a hot dog vendor and stuff like that. Real restaurants, real bars. So when the show's over, you go out, you meet your buddies, go for a drink, go for dinner. That is a blast. The actual convention itself, it's clean, it's well lit, it's big, open aisles. There's a lot of room. So Terrificon has those kind of perks. And again, I like seeing the people. A lot of people at Massachusetts come down to Terrificon. I like seeing those people because those are the people that aren't going to East Coast Comic Con. They're not going to New York. So I like meeting up with people from up there too. Artist Alley at Terrificon is very, very good. There's just the names out of there. And the cool thing about Terrificon, you're in a casino. You're not going anywhere. All the artists, all the writers, they're in the building with you. That's a lot of fun because when the con's over, you can run into them. We've run into a bunch of them. So that's a great show. And then, New York is New York. I've never liked New York Comic Con until last year when I just saw so many people from Instagram, people from YouTube. It was the first time I ever had a booth at that show. So that was a lot of fun. And just each one brings something different. At the end of the day, though, my absolute favorite show to go to is probably Baltimore Comic Con. It is, again, the truest comic book convention. It has... CGC is there with on-site grading, and CGC is usually at all those shows, but the on-site grading is tremendous because you know how long it takes to get your books back. Can you imagine dropping your books off on a Friday and getting them back Saturday or Sunday? Fantastic. That's so my favorite part. And then I go with my boy Ryan. So he gets me in nice and early because he has all his passes for being an artist there. So I get to get in super early. And it's a blast. So they're all pros and cons. They all have their perks and they all have their flaws. Those are the ones I go to. I mean, I've heard tremendous things about Emerald City. That's one I'd love to go to. I would like to go to C2E2. I would like to go to MegaCon. These are some bigger ones. But I've heard really good things about Emerald City Comic Con. Really good things out in Seattle. There you go. See the Thor. Did I already click? I think I already clicked on this. No, I've never been to the Comic Book Palace in New Jersey. Tomorrow night, you guys, if you're on YouTube and in quarantine, feel free to swing over to 3 Men in the Basement. They'll be live. They might be doing an unboxing. You may want to go see what Everett Otto unboxes. Man, Otto. Thank you so much, Moon Guy. Super appreciative of that. You did miss the unboxing. Don't worry. I'll show you what I got. No 9.8s, a Batman Annual 13 and a 9.6, which is like literally nothing. And then in a 9.4, I'll probably end up giving these away. First appearance of Tim Drake in the Robin costume, but in a 9.4, this is Batman 442. So no 9.8s, no dice. I won't be buying these anymore because when you miss hard. And this was expensive. These boxes were expensive. Lots of auctions tomorrow. What con would you recommend the most? I kind of just went over it. It's opinion. It's all opinions. It depends, man. You're looking to get your books graded and a true comic book show. You got to get down to Baltimore. You're looking for just mass and just sheer volume of things to do. You want to go to New York. East Coast Comic Con is another good, strong comic book show. Terrificon, the artists, the writers, the lineup, the building. They're all good shows. They're all good shows. Joseph, those are usually my favorite. My least favorite Spider-Man villain? I don't know. There's so many. I mean, there's so many. I don't know. Never been to Motor City. What's that, Detroit? Motor City Comic Con? See, that's pretty cool. They do evaluate books sometimes, and they training on how to grade. That's good. That's valuable. Favorite genre of comics? I like the superhero stuff, man. I don't like the horror. I mean, I guess mystery, if you count Batman. Most Batman books are mystery. Who designed my banner? That was Ryan Brown. The guy, if you go and watch some of my older videos, my older live shows, Ryan's the dude who's usually sitting with me chatting away. Yes, Joseph. 8 p.m. Eastern time for 3 Men. The grand prize for this mystery box was the first Mad Hatter, a nice Golden Age book. And Vicky Vale. It's the same book. Okay, Scott, a lengthy question for me on Instagram. Should I acknowledge it? Nah, I'll just write back to you. Sent my first comics off to CGC to get graded, hoping my X-Men 64 first appearance of Sunfire comes back with a high grade. Good luck. Congratulations. Again, guys, if you're here late, Monday's video is a how-to video, how to fill out that CGC submission form. I got that idea from you. Well, I kind of had the idea. You guys made me do it. You pushed me to it. And it was a fun one. So I have a whole list of video ideas from you guys. That was from that 4,000 subscriber giveaway. I do have other things in the works too. I have an idea I'm working on. I'm kind of building, and I will like announce that when it comes to fruition. I also a lot of you guys too on that 4,000 subscriber giveaway video. A lot of you guys said do more collaborations with other YouTubers, so I've been trying to make that happen. So we'll see if that happens. So there's some stuff coming up. I do not go to the Salt City Con at the New York State Fairgrounds. That's pretty far upstate. Do you ever do comic book trades? I do. That's how I got my first Batgirl, actually, in a comic book trade. Do you prefer single character comics like Thor or team comics like Avengers? I prefer single character. I do also. I like the single character stuff. I've read a lot of Justice League and stuff, but I do like single character. And even Green Lantern, like kind of more than one. But number one book on my hit list has got to be the first Red Hood. Hold on. Let me I talk about this book enough. You think I'd know what it is. I think it's Detective. What is it? Detective one something. It's a golden age detective comics book, and it's on my list. Where are you? It is a very difficult 168. Detective Comics 168. It's the origin of Joker. It's definitely on my wish list. I want to find it in the wild. That would stay in my personal collection. Do you have an opinion on sellers who are basically CGCing $5 books with no key but maybe a cool cover? No, man, that's fine. I do it. Like a lot of my pre-screened books are like variants that I like Art Germ, Catwoman's, Middleton Batgirls. I think those are cool. Would you ever get into Funko Pops? Probably not. Not for any reason other than I don't want to get into something else. I'm looking around my room right now. I already do like the bigger sideshow statues. I have like the Batman black and whites, the books, the slabs. I do a little bit in toys, very little bit. I probably wouldn't get into Funkos. I do have some though. Can you? No, I don't have any up there. I do have. I'm looking around. I have like a Guy Gardner, a Kilowog, a Chip. I did have a He-Man and a Skeletor, but then my daughter started playing with them. So, but I do want to get the He-Man Battle Cat Funko. I liked how that looked. That's coming out soon. That's on my list too. Did the first Mr. Freeze comic trade ever work out? It did not work out. But make sure you watch 3 Men in a Basement tomorrow night. No, that's follow up. No. Ever been to Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash, and what are your thoughts on it? I personally think the store is a bit underwhelming as far as comics are concerned. I thought that store sucked. Forget underwhelming. I went in there with I think I'm an optimist. I always go into these stores thinking like, all right, there's going to be this, there's going to be that. It's cool. There was nothing in that store except trades, some random toys, and some new books. And then they had overpriced keys across the top. I didn't think that store was good at all. I walked in there. I think I was in there. Did I even buy anything? I don't even know if I bought anything. I thought it's very underwhelming. Now, for nostalgia, cool purposes, yeah, it was cool to go to. It is like right in the middle of town in Jersey. It's cool, easy to get to and all that. But well, we got a crazy super chat here. We got to jump down to that. Thank you so much, Deep Dive Comics, $20 super chat. This is for you to buy more wine to get your wife to do more of the what character is X videos. Well, that will work. She will be really. I'll buy her another bottle of wine. It's Mother's Day. She deserves a bottle. But thank you so much for that, Deep Dive Comics. Those videos are a blast to do. I'm just happy you guys enjoy them as much as we do. Because, again, I probably repeat myself like 5 times. That's why I'm doing this, because it's fun. This is just fun for me. The second it becomes work, I'm probably going to pull the plug and everything and be done. But this is fun. I can buy, sell, trade comic books so I can buy and trade comic books for myself. So it's a blast. And to be able to do videos like that with my wife is like extra special because as you guys can tell, she's not really into it, but she's super supportive. She's like she's the best. That's why I'm married to her. She's the absolute best. I can't say enough good things about her. That could be a whole show all on its own. Let me see. What do you think about that? Thank you so much again for that super chat. What do you think about these live claim sales where people pushing overpriced comics on people? Don't buy on the impulse, man. It's very impulsive. Don't do that. It's one thing to be in an auction and set your limit and be like, all right, I know the book is worth $100. I don't want to go over like 85, 90, 100 max. So at least I'm getting it for fair market value. But if it's a spec book, I can go a little over because I know it'll go up in price. So like, try not to be impulsive. We're working on one actually. Need more vids with you and Jem just to hang out and shooting the BS. Oh yeah, that would be fun. I always like going live with Jem and just kind of talking and chatting and everything. But we do have a video. We're in the works of getting a list together. I don't really want to talk about what it is quite yet, but it'll probably be sooner than later in the next like 2 weeks, I'm sure. Gary, what would you rate the IKEA glass cabinets? That's what I have. The Detolfs or something? I have 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 11 of them. So I speak high. I think they're great. They're cheap. They're like $70, $75. Easy to put together. I wish they were a little wider because it's hard to get 2 slabs next to each other. So a lot of mine have a raw book next to a slab book. But I like them. And then I have sideshow pieces on top. PCS, sideshow, all the bigger statues I have on top. So it's good. It's my dog wanting to go out. My wife is probably upstairs. Is there any way to submit a book to CGC that's signed but no witness from them? You could always submit a book, but I think you're going to get a green label on that one. The only way to get that gold label is to have it witnessed by a CGC verified witness. You could submit it to CBCS and get the signature verified, but then you're going to get a red label. They'll grade it. They'll verify the signature. It's going to cost you $25 just to get the signature verified. It'll cost you $25 plus the cost of grading fees. And then again, you get that red label. That's CBCS. CGC, no, you get, oh, here you go. See, yes, but you will get a green label qualified. What's your favorite Green Lantern storyline? Actually, my favorite Green Lantern storyline is Sinestro Wars. It preludes Blackest Night, but I think that is the absolute best. The absolute best. The Sinestro War, because the art in that is crazy good too, man. There's a big splash page. I think it's Sinestro War or it's Blackest Night, but I think it's Sinestro War of Superboy Prime and Kyle Rayner going at it through the cemetery in Hastings, New York, which an ex-girlfriend actually lives down there. But and it's just really cool. I don't know if it's Ivan Rice or Ethan Van Sciver, but those two are my favorite Green Lantern artists. Phenomenal, outstanding, the best. I love both of them. They're so good. Again, Deep Dive Comics, I want to say thank you again. That's very generous. Very, very generous. I guess Sydney, I bought a Kevin Smith signed Funko. Is all probably from the store. Man, I am behind. Ooh, we're coming up on an hour too. The store sucked and the whole show is staged. I was looking for something to buy and they looked at me like I was going to steal something. Yeah, I think the main dude, I forgot, not Zapsik, right? The main guy there, the guy who kind of runs the show a little bit. I think he didn't want all the publicity that he got. And I think he was done. I think he was just kind of annoyed by it. That was the impression I got, that he just didn't want any part of that. And he just wanted to run his little comic shop and in a quiet little town in Jersey. And I think the show became so popular that it just kind of overwhelmed him. That's my impression. I don't know if that's true, though. I definitely cannot do Image Comics with my wife. That wouldn't even be fair. Yeah, I'll probably buy beer with that, too. Those are fun videos with my wife. I do love them. They're great. Oh, here you go. This should be good. I just cracked out my Amazing Fantasy 15 out of the PGX case. I sent it off to CGC and it came back 6.0 blue label. Congratulations, Isaac. You always have to be careful with PGX. I have seen numerous times that PGX will grade a book and miss restoration on it. So somebody buys a PGX book to crack it, clean it, press it, send it off to CGC and get it graded, and it comes back restored. You don't want, what is that, purple label? You don't want that purple label, especially if you're paying for a blue label price. It's terrible. Yeah, Joe, do me a favor. Bring over some wine. She likes white stuff. White, she likes, well, Pinot Grigio she drinks, and like, that's all I know. Stopped by to say I'm excited to see you use Strong Guy in your next night. We'll see if I can use it. We'll see. I already know what's next. We already recorded the next video. Can you do a video about how to put on a bandana? This is not a bandana, guys. This is a buff. Look. It's a buff, like Survivor, you know? See? So it's like I'm cheating. But I used to just do bandanas, but these are so much easier, see? Look. Oh, you guys. There you go. There's your video. Done. Ever been to Heroes Con? No, I've never been to Heroes Con. I usually stay in the Northeast, guys. I'll be honest with you. What is your opinion on single pages of key comics? For example, a page from Batman 1 First Appearance. I wouldn't mind that at all. I would not mind that at all. I would love to have a page from a Batman #1 if I can't have the book itself. I have no problem with that. No problem. Torpedo is making bank on live instant impulse buying, not hating. They have bills to pay, and if the buyer feels like they paid a fair price, and so be it. I agree. Good for them. And if you're happy with what you're paying, then good for the buyer. Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go. This is a good question. Do you think CBCS now getting a census, the gap between the two price-wise will decrease? I don't. I think they waited too long to get the census out, to be honest with you. So what Tom the Fish is talking about for you guys. So CGC has a census, and what that is it has every book it's ever graded calculated, and it's in a census. So you know that this book right here, you can go see that Batman 42 has however many copies graded. You could see which ones were signed, how many were signed, how many were restored, how many came in a 9.8, a 9.4, a 6.0. You can see that. It's there for you, which is to use as an example, Amazing Spider-Man 301, which is that white cover. It mirrors Amazing Spider-Man 300, the white cover. That book in a 9.8 is over $1,000. The reason it's so expensive because people didn't realize just how hard it was to get a 9.8 until that census. You looked at that census and you saw how few were in a 9.8. CBCS just recently announced they have their census, and I don't know if it's gone live yet, but I know they talked about it. But I've heard CBCS talk about it for like years now that it's coming. And people use that because that's a great tool. You know that Hulk 181, there's only however many in a 9.8 or a 5.0 or how many signs. So like I know, here's a great example. I know that my Batman 16, right, is in a 7.0. If you go on the census, you'll see that there's only 12 copies graded higher than that. And that adds value. There's only 12 copies in the world graded by CGC, graded higher than a 7.0. That's why the census is worth a lot of money, or it's worth something. It's valuable. So you can see stuff like that. We just passed an hour. Sauvignon Blanc, you don't know me at all. What are you drinking?
Sauvignon Blanc.
What did I say? Oh, Pinot Grigio. Yeah, I guess I don't know you at all. Have you ever tripped acid and looked at yourself in the mirror? Nope. Any tips on finding collections during quarantine? Usually this time of year, I find a lot of garages and they're not allowed to upstate. Yeah. No, I have no tips on finding collections during a quarantine because I'm not even out there looking. I'm not doing anything. I guess I'm all the way in the bottom. When CBCS says there are 15 more higher, what will that do to the prices overall? The price overall? You know, I'll be honest with you, Joel. I'm not sure it'll do that much because CGC already has such a. CBCS is the number 2, right? CGC is the number 1. I don't think the census is going to be that big of a deal where it's going to affect pricing to that point. Like, I'll always go for a CGC book over CBCS. That's just me personally, and it may be silly, but I just think it holds a higher value. So the fact that there's more graded at a CBCS higher doesn't do anything for me, because I need those CGC graders to look at those books, not the CBCS graders, which I'm sure are fine and professional and fantastic at what they do. But I don't know. And that's just me. We'll see, right? We'll see. We'll see what happens with the market. We will absolutely see. That double missing Marvel value stamp video I sent you was brutal, wasn't it? Oh my God, that sucked. Yeah, that was almost tough to watch. There was a dude doing CGC unboxings, and he submitted a Hulk 180 and 181. And it was a great lesson to be learned in this video. He submitted the books without looking at them inside. And Hulk 180 and Hulk 181 have a Marvel value stamp in them. Well, he didn't realize that both those Marvel value stamps were missing. He gets the book back, I believe, in a green label, sabotages the grade. He was upset, and you could see it in the video, but he held back and stayed professional. Better than me. I just would have been honest, like, man, I should have opened. It's a learning experience. Use it as a learning experience. Oh, great question here, Jim. Have you ever had any magazines graded? I just sent out a huge magazine order to CGC today. I'm going to have a video on that maybe next week or the week after. This big collection had a whole bunch of magazines. I went over a whole bunch of keys, shot the video. As soon as I finished shooting the video, packed the books up, got them off to CGC. They're on their way right now. They're not there yet. They're en route. Oh, yeah, today. Those went out today. I went yesterday and today to the post office. Today they went out. So you'll see the unboxing. You'll see the raw video and the unboxing video for those. Would you rather have an ASM 129 CGC 6.0 or a CBCS 8.5? Well, I'd rather have the CBCS 8.5, and then I'd crack it and get it over to CGC. Have you ever found any Golden Age Captain Marvel out in the wild? Yeah, I have. They're actually on the way to CGC. You can go back and watch my Golden Age video, because they're in there. Yeah, the Golden Age. I have a Golden Age video, a collection I bought, real small batch of books, but there were Golden Age books in there. So you can go back and actually watch that. What superhero has the best origin story? Batman. It's always Batman. I submitted Deep Dive Comics. I have a Batman Damned #2 CGC 9.9 magazine. I just submitted it within the batch of magazine keys. I also did Batman Damned 1 through 3 and Batman Damned 1 through 3 variants. So those were 6 books all going to CGC. I'm hoping to get I've never gotten a 9.9 or a 10. And I've submitted a lot of books. And I've submitted lenticular books, which are easy 9.9s and 10s, and never. Yeah, Isaac, I can tell. Are you and Joe having a conversation?
Is that Joe?
That's Joe.
Is that Joe?
Yeah.
J-Bach, yeah.
This is 100% true as well. CGC is getting books back to you fast right now. I have 59 books that took less than 18-day turnaround time. I did not do a rush order. Yeah, so CGC is getting books back to you a lot faster than they have on their website, because I think they want you to pay for Fast Track right now, because they're hurting. They don't have conventions either, guys, and they do a lot through conventions. They take in thousands of books from these conventions, and they don't have any. Big reason why they have all the talent coming to the CGC offices. Frank Miller's coming. I think Perez and Snyder, Tom King. These guys are all going to the CGC offices to sign. Things went so well with McFarlane. Seems like they're expanding, and they have to. So I looked. It's funny you bring this up. So I looked. So when I submitted those 25 books for the pre-screen before the video's already out, those ones, I felt like they came back way quicker than they should have. They came back in exactly, I think, was it 30 days to the T, or 25 days? And I think it was supposed to be closer to 40 or 45 days. And they came back a lot faster. So, and also the 50 book submission that I made, usually when I ship books out to CGC, it takes like 2-3 days to get there. And then it takes them close to a week to actually, or more, to actually get them into my queue. So they get the books, they open the books, they acknowledge it, the invoice, they get everything, and they get it into my queue so I can see them that they have received the books. They already have those 50 books received and in my list. So they're already there. And they must have gotten those books maybe 2-3 days ago. And that's how quick they got it in. So they're catching up. Books are coming back a lot faster. So now's an outstanding time to submit to CGC. I'm very excited for those 50 books to come back. Granted, it's all modern, pre-screen 9.8. It'll be a lot of fun to open those. Who's the most overrated and underrated Batman or Spider-Man villain? I think Harley's the most overrated. I used to love Harley, but now she's everywhere. Most underrated? I feel like the Riddler doesn't get enough love sometimes. And Two-Face. I feel like they don't get enough love. I don't know why Two-Face and Riddler don't have a Batman black and white statue either. Spidey, overrated Spidey villain? I don't even know. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I'm gonna pass. That's a great question. That's a good question. What is my favorite Batman movie? Dark Knight and The Dark Knight. No, I've never bought any Scrooge McDuck books. Oh, geez, I hopped all the way down. I only wanted to stay on for an hour. And then this happened. And as you know, cons are expensive to sell at, so CGC is definitely hurting. Yeah, they are. I do like CGC's label the best. All right, so here's the thing about this book. Amazing Spider-Man 361's first appearance of Carnage. The modern book, in my opinion, the modern keys are the most volatile. They go up and down like crazy. Look at the first appearance of Harley Quinn. It does this. First Cable, first Deadpool, these books. Amazing Spider-Man 361 is another one. They printed a bajillion of that book. Same thing with the Cable and the Deadpool. There's so many out there that don't buy that book right now. Wait until after the movie comes out, and it'll come back down probably to that $300 range in a 9.8 if I were a betting man. I just sent a bunch of books to, I would imagine, CGC. Giant Size X-Men 1, ASM 129, 101, 3 of them, and many more. Got them all pressed and cleaned at Impressive Comics, looking for good grades and good bumps. Good luck, Key Hunter Keith. Though it's a great batch of stuff going to CGC. Oh, yes, Clayton Crane is also signing. I like his signature. ASM 101s are climbing right now too, but they may plateau and they may even go down a little bit because of how far away that how far out that movie is now. Killer Croc and Clayface never get enough love. Yeah, they don't. We'll see. Clayface would be a tough one to put on the big screen. I am extremely excited for the Green Lantern series to be in development. Man, I jumped a bunch of comments, but yeah, I am very excited for the Green Lantern series. Like very, very excited. We got here, just got back a Hulk 181, 129 from CGC. See, look at that. Wow, 23-day turnaround time is nothing, especially with CCS. Well, here's the thing about people spending money, Toy Radiation, is that, so we were talking about it today at work. There's people working. There's still people working every day, going to work every day who's not being affected by this. And those people can't spend money on vacations. Those people can't spend money on going out to eat. Those people can't spend money on going to movies. So they're spending their money on collectibles. They're buying stuff online. They're having stuff shipped. Never heard your take on Wonder Woman. Do you think she should be a good girl or get angrier? I don't know. I have no idea. I guess she can get angry.
You know that guy's opinion.
Harry, dirty Harry. What an angry Wonder Woman. Hey, Gary, just got my books from you this week. They're awesome. Oh, great, Wesley. I'm glad. I've been getting books out pretty quick this week. Any character you want to see in a film that's never been in one? I'd like to see a good Green Lantern movie, to be honest with you. But with like all the lanterns, maybe not all of them. This is 100% true too. The turnaround times were crazy. Crazy. Yo, my Hulk 181 took 10 months to get back to me on the express route, only paid for shipping. Yeah, you shouldn't even have had to pay for shipping for that one. Oh, that's your nickname, Dirty Harry. I would imagine you meant Harry.
I don't know. Now I have a visual.
Now, Dirty Harry. So true. I'm lucky I'm in the army and they can't fire me, so I'm still employed buying books. See, there's a lot of people working that can't spend money on stuff, so they're buying comics. Favorite costume from the comics? I think my favorite Batman costume is actually from the 70s, the Neil Adams stuff. I think I like the 70s. Yes, I know about Mr. Bloom. I like him. I'd like to see him come back, actually. So I didn't watch the Swamp Thing series on DC Universe. And the reason I didn't is because I knew it was canceled before it finished. I'm like, well, I'm not going to invest into this show knowing that they're not doing it anymore. It'll just make me upset. Yeah, I'm gonna can't wait till you're able to get some merch out. Yeah, I kind of want to. I might reach out tomorrow to see if the company that makes my shirts is still doing it. They might be, because it's not really a store. Like, it's a store, but it's not something you walk into. So they might still be working with the doors closed and locked. So I might be able to get some stuff printed. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll let you guys know. Yeah, I love Mylar. So my personal collection, raw books, like the high-end keys, are all in Mylar. My keys that I put on my walls for the shows are all in Mylar. And then my regular stuff is just in normal bags and boards. Harry is getting dirty. I don't know, man. Harry, just go write your own fan fiction. We're on, what do we got? Geez, an hour and 20 minutes. This is going a lot longer than I anticipated. Favorite D-list Batman villain? I don't even know what a D-list is. Is that like Kite Man? Is that Eraser Man? Right? Is that his name? That D-list? This is true. I use the fullbacks with the Mylar. I get the Gerber. Is it E. Gerber? They're out of Baltimore. When I call her, I always get a really fun, sassy woman on the phone when I place my order. She's so nice. It's great. But yeah, E. Gerber, they do stuff's not cheap, but it's good quality. Like, it's really good quality stuff. And that's what I use for all my keys, my wall books. I even bag my slabs, because I don't like these. I do like real bags. Like I get those from BCW because they have like the pull stickies on the back. I think I caught up. Oh wait, what do we got here? I do like Owlman. That is a great read. Forever Evil. That is probably one of my favorite stories too. That Forever Evil happened, I think, right before Darkseid War. That was good. Oh, now the comments are flying in. Yeah, it does cost a lot, Josh. You know it does, but it's really impressive, high quality stuff. Think Comic Cons will be getting smaller once they're able to happen again? No, I don't. I think they're just going to keep getting bigger. How do you keep your skin in such beautiful condition? It's a great question. I don't know. There's a bug in here. That's 9.9 Comics and Melbourne, Florida. If you're ever in his neighborhood. Yeah, Joel. Those are the ones I do use, the BCWs. I like those. Do you collect? I do have a bunch of omnibus. I have Green Lanterns. I have the He-Man omnibus. I have the New 52 Batman, Annihilation. I do. I'm gonna get out of here in the next like couple minutes here. Do you like the DC animated movies? Yeah, they're awesome. The DC animated movies are outstanding. They blow their live action out of the water. Are you going to up the difficulty on your next video with your wife? She crushed the DC characters. Wait till you see the next video. Wait till you see the next video. Don't worry about difficulty. But that's not coming out for a while. I'm pooped. I think I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Another couple quick questions. Do you remember your first LCS visit? What was like? No, I do not remember that. That was a long time ago. Are you a Star Wars fan? Best Star Wars comic. I don't read the Star Wars comics. I do, although I do want to read. I should get the Jason Aaron omnibus. I think there's a Star Wars Jason Aaron omnibus. I'm gonna. My favorite movie is Empire Strikes Back, if that counts. It used to be. See, this is what people grow up. It used to be Return of the Jedi. The reason I loved Return of the Jedi is because I loved Luke being like a full-blown Jedi. And I'm like, look at this dude. He's a badass. And like the Ewoks and everything. Things went south. But as an adult now, like watching Empire Strikes Back, it's like, this is by far the best Star Wars movie. It's so good. All right, that's it. I'm pushing an hour and a half. I told my wife I'd only be on here for a little bit. But you guys kept me on, which is good. It's a good thing. Thank you guys so much again. If you're here late, here's the phenomenal unboxing. Duds. I'm done with DACARDWORLD. We're done with them. No more unboxings from them. Hopefully Torpedo sells out of those Wonder Woman ones so they can ship. I'm excited about those. That's really it, guys. To catch the video today with my wife. That one, I dropped that earlier this morning. She's guessing DC characters. Monday's video will probably be the how-to video, how to fill out the CGC submission form. I may slip in a little shorter video on Tuesday because the thing about the how-to videos is some of you guys might not enjoy that one because you already know how to submit the books or you're not going to submit the books. So I don't know. Some of you guys might not enjoy that one. So I'm probably going to do maybe a short video on Tuesday or something to kind of follow up. So at least you guys get something you're into. But that's it. Thank you so much. Again, Deep Dive Comics, thank you so much for that big super chat. That was very generous and appreciative. And my wife's giving me the finger guns. So, all right. Thank you guys again so much. I appreciate everything. If my wife wants me to say it, I will say it. Have a great night and keep it comics.